So, welcome everybody to the LVI universe. And tonight, before we start our Monday Night Raw show, we're going to show you the changes we have for the LVI universe. We have Monday Night Raw. Tuesday, we're going to have the LVI show. Wednesday, NXT. Thursday, we're going to have 205 Live. And Friday is Friday Night SmackDown. So let's watch and see who are the champions. We have the WWE Universal Champion, the Icon. We have the WWE Intercontinental Champion, El Terror. We have Raw Tag Team Champions, the Terrors. We have the Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss. We have the International Champion, Eric Cassidy. And we have the WWE European Champion, Darius Angel. Alright, so for the divisions, we're going to find out who are the contenders. The number one contender for the WWE Universal Champion is Braun Strowman. For the Intercontinental Championship, we have Dolph Ziggler. We have the Leaders of Worlds, number one contenders for the Raw Tag Team Champions. We have Ember Moon as the number one contender for the Raw Women's Champion. There are no contenders, so that means anybody can challenge Eric Cassidy for the International Championship. And the Legend El Jefe is the number one contender for the European Champion. So, with that said, if you want to become in the rankings of the number one contenders, you have to challenge these superstars and win and go up in the rankings here. Alright, now let's go to the Tuesday night show of the LVI show. We have the number one contender and undisputed world champion, the Icon. Whoever has this title is automatically an LVI superstar, number one contender for any of the other championships of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or whatever brand they are in. Then we have the LVI Women's Champion, Asumi. She can challenge Raw, SmackDown, NXT Women's Champion anytime. And then we have the LVI Tag Team Champions. They can challenge the SmackDown Tag Team Champions because they are on SmackDown, the Dangerous Alliance. We have the new LVI Women's Tag Team Champions, Pretty Mean Sisters. And we have the $1 Million Champion, Big Money G. And the Women's $1 Million Champion, Miku. Alright, so let's see the rankings of each title. So for this title, we have the Legend, but he's already WWE Champion. Then we have Angel Rey Pisis, Limbo Azul, and Leon Motora. These are the contenders that can challenge the Icon to become number one contender, even though Leo Motora is the NXT champion, you know. But if he wants to go for another championship, he can also challenge. There are no contenders for the LVI Women's Championship. For the LVI Tag Team Championships, we have the Assassins, but they are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. We have the DX Icons, $1 Million Corporation, and the Originals. And then we have the LVI Women's Tag Team Champions. They don't have any contenders, so any tag team can challenge them. And then we have the Scorpion as the number one contender for the LVI $1 Million Championship title. We have the Icon and Celestia Jr. And Miku doesn't have any contenders either for her title, so any woman can challenge Miku. Alright? So now let's go to Wednesday night NXT. We have our NXT champion, Leo Motora. We have the $1 Million champion, Cody Hagan. We have the NXT Tag Team Champions, the $1 Million Corporation, Eddie B and Fresh Puma. We have the NXT Women's Champion, Poison Hernandez. We have the NXT North American Champion, The Spider. And WCW Hardcore Champion, Cody Hagan. Alright, the divisions, we have Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, and Lars Sullivan as the contenders for the NXT Championship. So if you want to become one of these three contenders, you have to fight against them. and try to go up in the ranking to be able to challenge Leon Motora. $1 million champion, anybody can challenge him. He has no contenders. For the NXT Tag Team Champions, we have TM61, the Undisputed Era, Heavy Machinery, the Street Profits. So these are the tag teams that can challenge the champions. So if you want to become in the rankings of the NXT Tag Team Champions, you have to challenge these teams. Then we have for the NXT Women's Championship, Poison Hernandez is the champion. So the top 5 are Shayna Baszler, Carmella, Celtic, Kairi Sane, and Bianca Belair. Right? So far, one of the LVI superstars, Celtic, is in the rankings. So now for the NXT North American Championship, we have Velveteen Dream as the number 1, Tiger number 2, Adam Cole 3, and Oney Lorcan, 4th. So if you want to become any of the contenders for this title, you have to beat or be in the rankings here. All right. And we only have Mulaya Achi as the number 1 contender for the WCW Hardcore Championship, but I believe there's a challenger, the former champion tag team partner, the Brawler, is going to be challenging Cody Hagan this week. So we'll find out what happens. Alright, so anyways, now we go to 205 Live, ladies and gentlemen. 205 Live, we have the new WWE Cruiserweight Champion Angel Rey Pisis, the ECW Champion Siniestro. We have the 205 Live Tag Team Champions, the Luchadors, which is Black Belt and Siniestro. We have the new 205 Hardcore Champion, Hamza. We have the 205 Extreme Women's Champion, La Barbie de Reynosa, and the new Lucha Libre Classic Champion, Guerrero Olímpico. So let's check out the divisions. For the number 1 contender, we have Cedric Alexander, and these are the top 9 that are on the list to challenge Angel Rey Pisis. If you want to become one of the contenders, you must challenge these superstars. Si quieres ser uno de los contendientes para luchar contra Angel Rey Pisis, tiene que luchar contra ellos o uno de ellos para subir de rango, y cuando estés en la lista de los contendientes puedes retar a Angel Rey Pisis en el próximo pay-per-view. Entonces we have Siniestro, who's the ECW World Champion, and the former champion is the number 1 contender, Gemelo Fantástico. Gemelo Fantástico es el único contendiente. El que quiere ser contendiente tiene que luchar contra Gemelo Fantástico también y tratar de ganarle a Siniestro. And then we have the 205 Live Tag Team Champions. The Originals are the number 1 contenders. The Luchadores are the champions. So we need more challengers to challenge the Originals or to challenge the Luchadores. Necesitamos más retadores para que reten a los campeones o a los contendientes. And then we have Seiso as the number 1 contender, Rey Tormento number 2, Tosawa 3, and Gentleman Jack Gallagher number 4 for the 205 Live Hardcore Championship. Hamza has to defend the title in every show, so let's see how he does this week. If you want to become a contender, just challenge any of the top 4. Then we have Barbie de Reynosa. She's a 205 Live Extreme Women's Champion. So we have Michaela, Felina Galactica, Jiu, and Babyco as the contenders so far. If you want to challenge Barbie, you have to be in the contenders. Okay? So vamos a ver quién quiere ser contendiente para luchar contra Barbie para ese título. Tienes que luchar contra cualquiera de los 4 que están ahí para que puedan estar en la lista de los contendientes y puedes retar a Barbie. Then we have Guerrero Olímpico, the new Lucha Libre Classic Champion. Drew Gulak is the only contender right now. So whoever wants to go up in the ranking has to challenge Drew Gulak. El que quiere retar a Guerrero Olímpico, tiene que luchar primero contra Drew Gulak para estar en la lista de los contendientes, okay? So let's go to SmackDown. Friday Night SmackDown is back. We have the world champion, the legend El Jefe, the WWE United States champion Eric. We have the SmackDown Tag Team champions, the Assassins. We have the SmackDown Women's champion, Asuka. We have the World Underground champion, Celestia Jr., and the Hardcore champion, Cody Hagan. Alright, so let's see who are the contenders for each title. The Icon is so far the contender for this title, even though he's the WWE Universal Champion. We have Joseph as the #1 contender for the WWE United States Championship, and Riggs has to defend his title against Joseph. If anybody else wants to be a contender, you must challenge Joseph and try to go up in the rankings. And there are no contenders, so right now we're gonna have the Dangerous Alliance to challenge them this Friday on SmackDown for the Tag Team Championship. And then we have no contenders for Asuka SmackDown Women's Champion, so right now Asumi is the LVI Women's Champion, so she could challenge directly to Asuka to fight for the title. There are no contenders for the World Underground. Anybody can challenge Celestia Jr. And for the Hardcore Championship, anybody can challenge Cody Hagan. Alright? So that's what we have, ladies and gentlemen, for the champs and ranks right now. And now let's go to the list of the power rankings on Raw. I'm going to mention the top 20, and then after that I'll just show you the list of who's on the roster and of each show, of each brand. We have El Terror, The Legend, Facade, Darius Angel, Miku, Lady Dragon, Icon, The Crusher, Poison Hernandez, Carmella, Youngblood, Eric Cassidy, Matt Hardy, Brittany Clark, Felina Galactica, Michaela, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, Hardcore Icon, and Baby Code. These are the top 20 that you should challenge to go up in the ranking for the next week. And these are the rest of the superstars that are on the rankings, so just see where you're at, and that way try to challenge those above you. We all know that, you know, the more you win, the higher the possibility of you going up in the ranking and being able to challenge any of the champions during the week. Each brand, if you're on a certain brand, just challenge those from your brand, the championships that are in that brand, and or the contenders that are in that brand to go up in the ranking for each title. Alright, I'm going to be watching for that, you know, trying to do my best to have those who participate a lot, you know, challenge those contenders so they could go up in the ranking. So if you don't see yourself fighting another LVI superstar and you're fighting a WWE superstar, it's because I'm trying to give you a boost to go up in the ranking as a contender for any of the titles. So now let's go to the LVI show. We all know that all the LVI superstars are created superstars. There are no WWE superstars in the LVI show. So we have Siniestro, El Terror, The Legend, Strongman, Facade, Guerrero Olímpico, Mastodon, Darius Angel, Black Belt, Angel Rey Pisces, Eric, Ray Castle, Tornado, Miku, Lady Dragon, Big Money G, Leo Motora, Icon, The Crusher, and Poison Hernandez. So those are the top 20, and here we go with the rest of the list of the rankings of each and every one of you. So when you see where you're at, just try to challenge those above you, and that way you can make it to the top 20. Alright, si ves dónde estás en los rangos, porque aquí en LVI Show solamente somos los luchadores creados y los luchadores que no están en el WWE, o sea, no hay ningún luchador de la WWE aquí, y aquí pueden retar a aquellos que están sobre ti o los primeros 20 para que puedan subir de rango y pueden estar en los primeros contendientes para cualquier título, ¿ok? So, cualquier duda o comentario, hazlo abajo para que yo pueda contactarlo y contestar cualquier pregunta que tenga. Aquí están todos. Now we go to NXT. We have Strongman, Miku, Lady Dragon, Big Money G, Leo Motora, Poison Hernandez, Carmella, Oni Lorcan, Brittany Clark, Felina Galactica, Michaela, Eddie B, Leo Rush, Fresh Puma, Latina Sensation, Edet Extreme, Hikari, Roderick Strong, Cody Hagen, and Sadika. These are the top 20 of the NXT. So those who are in the top 20 are doing real good. And we're going to see, who's going to be fighting against these top 20 to go up in the ranking for next week. So the more you challenge, the better it gets. Mientras más rete a los luchadores de los primeros 20, más oportunidad puedes tener en subir de rango. So just check where you're at in the rankings and who do you want to challenge for the next time. It could be for a title if it's on the NXT roster or brand, and we'll see if we can make it happen. But just make your comment below, let me know. Now let's go to 205 Live. 205 Live is on Thursdays. We have Siniestro number 1, Drew Gulak 2, Guerrero Olímpico 3, Black Belt 4, Angel Rey PC 5, Ray Castle 6, Tornado 7, Miku 8, Lady Dragon 9, Poison Hernandez 10, Carmella 11, Johnny Star 12, Cyclone Black 13, Apando Negro Jr. 14, Brittany Clark 15, Felina Galactica 16, Michaela 17, Robo 18, Cedric Alexander 19, and Baby Code 20. Alright? So those are the top 20. If you're almost there, then you don't have to fight that much, but you still keep challenging those above you so that way you can go up in the ranking. If you're way down there in the lower level, then just challenge those above you, a little bit higher ranking, and that way maybe next week you'll be in the top 20. Alright? It's good to be in the top 20 because you might get opportunities for title matches and stuff. So some of these superstars are on the top 20 for different titles, but we'll see. So now for our first Friday Night SmackDown this week, we have the Legend number 1, Strongman 2, Mastodon 3, Rex 4, Miku 5, Lady Dragon 6, Icon 7, Poison Hernandez 8, Aquelarre Durango 9, and the Snake 10. Then we have a Limbo Azul 11, Joseph 12, Youngblood 13, Anuix Durango 14, Brittany Clark 15, Felina Galactica 16, Michaela 17, the Scorpion 18, the Príncipe de Seda 19, and Rowan 20. These are the top 20, and you should challenge to go up in the rankings and maybe become the next champion for any championship you want to challenge for from this brand. Alright? So some of the champions are here in different brands also, especially the women. The women are in all the brands, so they can challenge away any title. Alright? Or any superstar. So as you can see, we have a lot of superstars here on Friday Night SmackDown, and we're going to try to bring out a lot of action this week. Remember, we're still having the backstage brawls matches and the handicap matches, so anybody could fall into one of these matches in each show. Alright, every day we're gonna have two backstage brawl matches and one handicap match per show. Alright, so We're going to be preparing our show for tonight, and we hope you watch and enjoy tonight's show here on Raw. In the meantime, check out the rankings, check out the champions, and let me know who you want to fight with the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tonight on Monday Night Raw.